Hey everyone, Ron with Profit Labs here, and in this video we're going to be talking about how one would sell something that's very odd online. In this case, what we're talking about is an online business selling driftwood. That's kind of like not the normal product you would see online. Obviously it's very niche, it's very specific to a very specific audience. So one person asks basically what he needs to do to get more sales of his driftwood product and how he can take advantage of online marketing strategies to do that. So he primarily has an online website. He does have a store, but he's not interested in walking traffic for now. He primarily just wants to advertise for his website and get more sales from his website. And in this video I just wanted to make a couple of recommendations for all of those who kind of are in the same boat as far as trying to sell something very specific and very niche, and you're really just trying to figure out a way how to do that. So let's get rocking and rolling. The first thing you want to consider when you have something very specific, in this case a product, is definitely Google AdWords. It seems pretty self-evident that you would want a pay-per-click strategy, but not everyone is familiar with pay-per-click, otherwise known as PPC, nor are they sure if it's even for them or not. But I would recommend, if you're selling something very niche, if this is an e-commerce kind of product, and it's very specific, then your first goal is probably to get that product into Google Shopping. Google Shopping would be something like this. I'm going to go ahead and pull up Google for you guys, and we'll do a live search here. And let's say I type in driftwood. I'm not too familiar with the product or what it is, so let's see what happens if I do a hypothetical search for it. So here on the right side, you see there's a shop for driftwood on Google. These are the Google Shopping results, and this is where you would want to show up if you're trying to get some specific targeted audience looking to buy driftwood into your website. So you would get these ads through Google AdWords. I'm not going to take you through a whole AdWords account right now and show you how to set up a whole Google Shopping campaign. It's a little bit intricate. It's not too hard, but there's a couple of steps involved, and I don't want to drag out this video or make it longer than it needs to be. But long story short, you definitely want first your ads to come up here. Another thing you might want to try is let's say Price Grabber, for example. These are known as shopping engines. That might include pricegrabber.com, I believe, Rakuten.com, that's R-A-Q-T-E-N, Rakuten.com. There's shopping.com, there's bizrate.com, and a bunch of them. I think if you go online and do a search for shopping engines, which I'll do with you right now before we get onto Price Grabber. So let's see, shopping engines, actually let's call it PPC shopping engines, because usually with these particular engines you'll have to pay for that click. The great thing here, you'll see top 10 comparison shopping engines, and you could probably just go through this list here and choose which ones are appropriate for your product. Here's Price Grabber, like we mentioned, shopping.com. Amazon, we'll get to that in just a second. You have your Shopzillas, and so on and so forth. So the great thing about these shopping engines is that the audience is really targeted. These are shoppers. Not only are they shoppers, they're in the buying cycle. They're ready to spend money. They're just looking over who they're going to spend their money with. So as far as finding the audience, getting that traffic, that's pretty easy. The first thing you do is you just go on and put your products into these shopping engines. That's the very first thing you do to get traffic or to advertise your specific niche product. Now, once you get your product in there, what you're going to have to do is concentrate on how to compete. You have to do a little bit of research. You got to figure out what your competitors are charging for that same product that you're selling. Are you charging more? Are you charging less? What I would recommend is be in the ballpark. You don't have to completely cutthroat your competitors and really cut your prices way lower than they're doing, than they're charging for, because that's just going to create a bidding war. And you don't want that. You might be paying a bit much for your cost per clicks as far as whoever clicks on your product. So you need to make sure that you're making a profit, which I'll also talk about more in a second. Is very important. But you can definitely charge maybe a couple cents less, if not the same price. Work with your shipping. If your competitor is charging shipping, maybe charge free shipping, and do what you can to be competitive. Maybe offer a free gift. Maybe offer a coupon code. This would be on your website. When someone lands on the website on the product page, make sure to have some kind of promo there to get people or to give them rather incentive to follow through with that purchase. Also make sure on your product page to include something about security. Let them know this is a secure website. Include something about hacker-safe seals or something of that nature. Let them know this is a hacker-free website. People can't hack into it. And there's different seals and stuff like that. You could do a search for that. That's another topic altogether, so I'll just briefly mention that. What you want to do now, as far as a follow-up strategy to PPC shopping engines, what you're going to find is once you start getting sales from Shopping.com and PriceGrabber and Amazon, which I'll get to Amazon in just a second. NextTag, also a great website. What you're going to find is these clicks are kind of costing a little much. It's going to eat into your profit, if not completely wipe away all of your profit on the first purchase. So now I know what you're thinking, what's the point of advertising if you're not making profit? So it's very important, especially as an e-commerce seller, to have a follow-up strategy or an upsell. These websites do a great job of bringing that targeted buyer to your website, but their main problem is that they can become a little expensive. And what most e-commerce owners don't understand is that you have to have an upsell strategy. You need to get either that email and follow up with them that way, or have an upsell in your shopping cart, and find a strategy, a way to get them to purchase more things. If that's something you're not familiar with as far as an upsell strategy, or you're not sure how to implement it, or you're not sure if it's worth it, you really have to get on board with an upsell strategy. Your first time purchaser is probably not going to make you money then unless you're selling like $100 or $200 or $1,000 product, something that you have immense profit on. Then fine, you don't need an upsell strategy. But in most cases, that's really not the way it goes. Your product will probably be between $20, $30, $50, and $100, and to get that sale, it's going to cost you that much maybe, and you need to find a way to get your customer to spend more. If you have the kind of product where you can't upsell anything, there's nothing else you could sell them, then at least find a way to get them to refer another customer to you. Give them an incentive. Find a way to make more money from that one customer. Again, the profit comes in the lifetime value of a customer. You really have to kind of let that sink in. One person is going to make you money over a couple of purchases, not just one purchase. If you'll see a lot of people, not in the product area, but let's say software or service industry, they'll offer a free trial. And even though let's say a 30-day free trial, for example, even though they paid for that traffic and they spent that money, and now they're giving them 30 days worth of free service, they know that in the lifetime value for that client, they're going to be making that money back. Same strategy for e-commerce. You really have to dig into the lifetime value of a client, of whatever you spend on marketing to get that client on the books. You need to consider the fact that you need to get second, and third and fourth purchases from them. So that's very important. Let's head on to Amazon.com. While I'm going there, let me just mention that what you're doing when you're getting the email of someone who purchased something from you, that's called a buyer's list, right? Someone who bought from you, you have their email, and now you can contact them. This is the most valuable list out of any email you could ever have in your entire business career. Why? Because they trust you. They spent money with you. They've dealt with your company. They know who you are. And now you have their email so you can contact them, right? So when you contact them a second, a third, fourth, fifth time, whatever the case is, over the span of a month, 2, 3 months, they know who you are. You're not a stranger. They bought from you. You shipped something to them. They received your packing material. They received, they've been on your website. They purchased something. So they trust you to a certain degree. So that makes a second or a third sale much easier. You see what I'm getting at? So that's another strategy consider. Why not sell something real cheap at first, get them on the books, and then kind of work them into a second, third, fourth sale. If you can't upsell them anything, again, have them refer you to something. Also, with a buyer's email list, keep in mind you can get them to like your Facebook pages, follow you on Twitter, visit other products of your website, and it's a way to communicate. Again, a buyer's list is going to be the most valuable asset you will have as an e-commerce owner. Let me stress that because that's huge. I have a lot of clients, plenty of e-commerce clients, and the ones that make millions of dollars, literally millions of dollars a month, they are the ones that have an email list, a huge email list of all the customers they've ever had, and anyone who's ever subscribed to one of their promos or whatever the case is, and they have a huge email list, and the only ones who make that kind of money are ones with a big buyer's list. I do have e-commerce clients that can't sell anything for the life of them, no matter how targeted the traffic, no matter how much they spend. Why? Because they don't make their products cheap enough to get people onto a buyer's list and follow up with promo emails for them. Why would they not get sales? Because let's say you have someone selling vacuum cleaners, which in that industry it's limited to MAP pricing, MAP pricing. What that means is the manufacturer states how much you could sell the vacuum cleaner for, period. You can't sell it any less, you can't sell it any more. The only promo you can offer is free shipping. You're not allowed to offer discounts, you're not allowed to offer coupon codes, you're not allowed to offer additional accessories with a vacuum. You can't do anything. So that's a really tough market because there's no way to kind of provide that other incentive for your clients. So I'm getting a little off track, but kind of just so you know, if you can work with your pricing, you have an edge on other people who can't even touch that kind of promotion. All right, so this is Amazon, and if you're not selling on Amazon, this is the first thing that you should be doing if you're not already doing it, especially for niche products. Amazon is kind of the go-to for most e-commerce or people looking to buy things online, rather, just to put it simply. And that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a bad thing because, people used to make a lot more money from their websites, and now they have to give a certain commission to Amazon when they make a sale. I believe it's at 15% now. It's all broken down to categories. Different categories have to pay different commissions. But long story short, Amazon is the real deal. They sell your products, period. The thing with Amazon you have to be careful about is reviews. You need to get your stuff out on time. If a customer has an issue, you need to take care of it immediately. You have to get those 5-star reviews. If you get anything less than 5 stars, it's going to hurt your chances of making sales. Not that you won't make sales. You can if you have 3 or 4 stars, but there's tough competition on Amazon, and you need to make sure you're a valued seller, and you got to kind of make sure you are in line with all their guidelines, which they have many, and so on and so forth. So I'm not going to take you through a whole account again. This is just based on strategies and just overall information on how to sell niche products online. For Amazon, though, just to give you a head start, if you're not already familiar with it, you would go to Seller Central. That's what it's called. Amazon Seller Central. I'll go there in a second. I think you can also find it towards the bottom here, Sell on Amazon. And this will bring you to a page where you can create an account, sell as a professional, get a month free, so on and so forth. And I guess they charge you a monthly fee now. They didn't do that a while back. And there you go. So that's pretty much it. So that's all I have to say right now for selling niche products online. definitely more videos to come in terms of marketing strategies and different ways to sell products and services for your company. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Very easy to do so. Just click on that button. That's probably going to show up right about now. Cool. If you're not liking us on Facebook, you should. Follow us on Twitter. Visit the website, profitlabs.net, if you haven't been there already. Awesome marketing services for anyone who just doesn't want to deal with the headache of doing everything yourself. We'll be more than happy to do it for you. No problem at all. All the links I just mentioned are down there under the video in YouTube. If you're watching this video and you're not on YouTube, then just head over to profitlabs.net and you'll get all the information and links and fantastic stuff I'm talking about here over there as well. All right, guys, thank you very much. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.